I'm reviewing Blood Quantum and this, the Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift album, and what is this one called? Reputation. Impersonation. So anyway, I think James is going to be reviewing this one more than me. I can't remember what this one was like. But anyway, we were just listening to this one, so this is fresh in my mind, and I looked at the lyrics. And I personally thought that, like, this is 2024 album, and I personally thought the lyrics were a bit better in this one. James did not. I mean, there's listening to it.
Maybe a bit.
Yeah. I think it really has more to do with who's writing Taylor Swift's lyrics for her. I mean, it's written by Taylor Swift, Jack Antonoff, Austin Post in this one, whereas it was different people in the other ones.
Well, there's Dessner who's writing some stuff there. She writes with writing.
Okay. So, yeah. This one, Martin Shellback and Ali Payami, and Max Martin, Shellback, and Ali Payami.
And then you'll find
and
different
Ed Sheeran
combinations. Yeah.
And Naive God is what. Yeah, you're right. So, but it seems like mostly it's that Max Martin and Shellback.
Okay.
In this one.
Anyway, this is an awful album. This one, she's trying to do something like hip hop or whatever.
Yeah.
She's kind of back to stuff that she was doing around 2011 or whenever, 2012.
In the Tortured Poets. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I do. So yeah, you're right. There's some. Well, it seems that Jack Antonoff has.
Well, I think he's co-produces or sub-produces or whatever.
Has a lot.
I think he's probably the real producer. She's called executive producer.
And like there's one song here at least where it's just her, and honestly, I don't think she should ever do songs that are just written by her.
Yeah, maybe not. Anyway, she's capable of doing it.
I don't know.
Maybe not worth the while.
Yeah.
Should have a babysitter or something like that.
Why did we go through these things? Well,
it was for this one.
It was for this one.
It was for this one.
The
library.
Our public library here in Lethbridge, they had a Tortured Poets release party for this album. Because I guess somebody who was involved with the library must have been really into Taylor Swift.
I think so. I think it was that woman that was talking to us.
Yeah, and so I didn't want to go. I have a hard time setting up to do things or setting out to do things, but either or, in the evening or even later in the afternoon. Honestly, because I'm up really early, so for me. Like probably noon is like most people's 6 o'clock in the evening or something. It's really hard for me to get things done in the evening other than sleep or winding down to sleep. So but anyway, so there was this Tortured Poets release party at the library later on in the day, and I told James, I realized we should go and try to offer people free poetry lessons, because that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to help people, trying to get them interested in having free poetry guidance from us. Honestly, it's tough stuff to just give away. We're really into poetry, but the thing is people are into music, and that's really what we specialize in writing, is lyric poetry. So anyway, So I wanted to tell James, go ahead, go there and try to interest people because I just don't wanna. I don't wanna go, you know. And so James is very social, and I thought, oh, he'll be interested in talking. It was supposed to be for adults. It was on the thing. It said for adults. And I was looking at the activities and I'm like, okay, will adults really be wanting to do things like make friendship bracelets and stuff like that? That's like for somebody who's 10. You know, it's a 10-year-old
No one
would
who
want
was
to make.
that young was there, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, James showed up because he's social and nice to me. So
I wasn't that optimistic.
yeah. So he showed up there, and he said that they didn't want to let him into the thing.
Well, they
And
weren't going to stop me, but
no,
that was very girly kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a woman girly type of thing. I'm talking about teenagers.
yeah. So anyway,
There's no way I wanted to.
He did not want to partake anyway. And he talked to the woman in
would have
charge
seemed
with it.
creepy, you know.
Yeah. So he talked to the woman in charge of the thing a little bit, and she said that Taylor Swift's lyrics were as good as Joni Mitchell's, if not better. And no, they are not. We went through several albums, but one of them was, what was it called? Red? What was another one called? Can't remember. We returned 2 to the library so far, and we have these 2 left. And
I didn't even bother listening to those. I don't think
I
should've.
I did, yeah, but
I listened to the one from about 2011. That might have been Red.
okay.
It's probably the best stuff she's done in terms of music.
Well, that's just it. I don't know who is composing her music
Who's babysitting her?
for
Music
her. Yeah,
composer?
honestly, she needs to work with somebody for the music. It's not good enough. It's not
Her
musical
tunes are
enough.
a little bit simplistic.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with the short lines, short rhyme couplets. She tends to repeat. So it's a short line, a little music. She'll put a little melody to that, and then she'll repeat the melody in the next thing. And I went, okay, like I kind of liked Yellow Submarine when I was a kid.
Well,
But I kind of outgrew that.
yeah. Now, James has been teaching me over the years, and did teach me, and now I'm just going to wing it on my own, I suppose. He hasn't taught me for a while, for years. Anyway, but
About 3 years.
sure. But how I used to like to do is go to sleep and ask my angels, and I don't know who that is. I think it might be, my unconscious mind, to please put a melody in my head, put a song in my heart so that I can wake up with a song, and because it's a wonderful way to wake up. So anyway, and then I would have a song, and I would frantically write down some lyrics, and usually I would just have maybe a line and a half or something, not very much to start with, that I could remember to write down, and then I just fill in with the melody, right? Fill in poetry to the melody, and that I think works out the best. To have the song first and then fill in the words. But James was teaching me to do it a different way, because he wanted me to be able to write from words to melody. So, and I think probably he was hoping that I would come up with tunes for his poems, but I don't know. He said he doesn't think that, no? Anyway, I don't know.
You may, but I wasn't planning on that really.
Okay. But anyway, whatever the case, he managed to pull it off. I can now go either way. So
Not many people can do that. Elvis Costello kind of does it. John Lennon maybe did it a little bit back in the day. Elvis Costello doesn't have a good sense of rhythm when it comes to lyrics like Pauline does. So.
But anyway, whoever, I don't know if it's Taylor Swift or somebody else who's working with her in this. I like the use of assonance in this package of lyrics better than the other stuff. Now, there's still a little much swearing for my taste. It seems artificial to me. I don't know if she...
It doesn't seem like her personality.
No, it seems forced. So, when something seems forced like that, it really sticks out and it's just not comfortable.
Same thing with Beyonce.
Okay.
You know, how she's got body mouth and some no reason stuff. Yeah, maybe.
I think people are trying to do that in their lyrics, maybe women a little more, to seem more edgy or to make it seem more real, but unless you actually speak like that commonly, then it doesn't seem more natural.
So here's the thing,
and
less
it
is
doesn't
more.
Seem edgy.
You know, my mom was
pathetic.
raised in a house where there was cussing. Now, she was a Christian, she converted to Christianity, or a fundamentalist. And she was a fundamentalist, so she was converted to fundamentalism. She didn't like cussing. Every so occasionally she would. You knew she was in a bad mood when she cussed. Less is more when it comes to cussing for most people.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's just one of my comments about this. And again, I was listening to some of the lyrics and going, yeah, this one doesn't make sense. You know, why is this in here? This is in here for the sound of it, the sound of the words, the assonance, the rhyme, whatever. But baseline is it has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, chuck it out. It can't be there. So I don't care what it sounds like. If it doesn't make sense, make it all not make sense. You're better off doing something like Dead Can Dance, where it's just total nonsense lyrics, than putting some lyrics in just for the sound of the words together. But it's nonsense.
What I call that is letting the rhymes or the chimes
lead you around.
Lead you around by the
yeah. So, anyway, and she's old enough. If she's responsible for that, she's old enough now to know better. She's been doing this long enough. She should recognize absolute trash lyrics when she just chucks them in for the sound. And
how old were you when you started to? It was 4 years ago. You're older than she is now. She could turn it around. Taylor, if you're listening, you seem like a nice enough person. And you seem like a smart enough person, actually, too.
Well, if she had somebody like us to teach her.
Yeah, Taylor, for
free.
Right
on. She'd pull it through for the better, but I don't know. I mean, a lot of people who write poetry, it's hard for them to recognize the fact that maybe their poetry isn't up to snuff. They could use a little help or something. At least she recognizes that she could use a little help. She gets other people to help her with the lyrics.
Or whatever. I don't know. It could be music for all I know. Maybe both. I don't know, because I don't think it's with the music, because her songs sound pretty much the same. For that one album, Reputation.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That was different.
And there's different kind of people involved there.
Okay, well, maybe you're right then. But anyway.
She's got a nice enough voice.
Yeah, she does. She has
not
a nice
really
enough
powerful
voice. She's very pretty. And
I guess she's a pretty good dancer. I saw Mick Jagger trying to prance her around the stage. Mick, you know, like it was like social dancing. That's quite good.
Okay.
I didn't know he had the chops. It's a little bit tough because I think she's quite a tall woman, and he's taller than average, I think. But
What do you think
he
about?
was having, like they were doing the twirls.
Oh, having to, yeah.
I think it might not be as tall as it. It's
dear.
hilarious. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to ask you about the salad, if it's good. If the everything salad you
That's
like.
good.
Good. I put a little bit of romaine with it just because we had some in the fridge. So
Good.
stretch it out a little bit. But
I'm not even eating the bread to kind of give me a little variety from it, so that's good.
Okay.
That's excellent. It's a nice warm day or hot day.
Yeah, but it's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful tomorrow.
Perhaps.
It was a nice morning. Nice and cool.
Yeah.
Especially for the sun.
Well, anyway.
Boy, I love the soundtrack in the back.
I don't know if I was really expecting more from the Taylor Swift stuff.
I wasn't expecting more, but I was hoping for more when the woman was so adamant, so positive.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad that we looked into it because if you're told something, oh, this person who's out now that's really big and popular, they really know their stuff and look into them.
Yeah.
It's good to look into what's out there, right? But
it's important to give people a fair shake. I understand. I actually went through all of the lyrics in this one.
Okay.
I'm still struggling through the lyrics of Reputation. Maybe the second half is just brilliant.
Okay, so anyway, well, that would just go to show that maybe she has improved over the years.
The trouble is I see around 2012 to 2011 here, then for that Reputation 2017 here, 2023 same level as 2012.
Okay.
The music. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, the word said, yeah.
Okay. So the bird's agreeing with you. All right.
And what did you did this one already, Blood?
I haven't yet, but
Okay.
I'll,
How would you do that then?
Yeah, I'll just let you know it's not good.
Oh.
It's very much not good. It's I did recognize one of the actors. Like, it pretty much has almost all native cast, which that's fine. A zombie movie, native perspective, whatever.
Indigenous American, is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what the politically correct term is anymore.
Well, I don't really care about the politically correct term. If I would rather, like here it says outside the isolated Micmac Reserve of Red Crow. Well, that's better. That gives me an idea of where that's from.
Yeah, they've
right?
got
And so
they've got reserves out east. That would be Nova Scotia, probably. Could be.
So and that's what I would like to see. I don't know. James knows where all the reserve, like he has a map of all sorts of places in his head. So he knows when we're on the trails and he talks to somebody from Germany or from India or from wherever, he knows where the rivers are. He has this map in the mental map in his head of all of these places,
for
right?
someone from another country to say, you know more about it than I do. And I say, not really, but there are some things that I know more about.
And so he knows, he has mental maps of the native reserves and stuff like that too, which is really cool. And I would like to have that myself, but I don't. So, but I would hope that Canadian society is moving that way, so that younger people will be taught that and will be more likely to think that way, so that It's not just natural for people to say, oh, native, and just lump
It's very
very different.